Hey guys, and welcome to July 2020. Now that we've hit the middle of the year, it's a great time to do your mid-year review. So what does that look like? What do we want to look at when we're studying our numbers, our metrics for how well our business is doing? Well, first of all, we have to run a report. I'm going to give you a couple of ideas for running reports. One is going to be out of your MLS, and you're going to run a report from January 1st to July 1st, right? That's a 6-month period of time. January 1st to July 1st. But you're going to do it for 2019. And then you're going to do it again, same report for 2020, looking at all your sold properties. Now, when you have those two reports, it's going to give you some metrics to compare year to year to see if you're going up, you're going down, or you're staying the same. And we want to understand what's working and what's not working. We want to lean into success and lean away from failure, right? So what do we do here? What are we studying? I'm going to give you several different numbers to look at that are going to be really important. Number one, check out your average closed price for 2019 versus 2020. Did you go up? Did you go down? Was it the same? Also, of course, check out the number of transactions that you closed. That's a given, right? Did you close more or less than 2019? Another number to look at is to check out your average days on market. How long, when you had a listing, did it take for you to sell that listing? Is it 20 days versus 30 days? Is it 40 days versus 10 days? What is the number? And is it getting better or is it getting worse, right? What's your average difference between list price and sales price on the listings that you had and sold in 2019 versus 2020? So to give you an example, that would always be a number like 96% of list price or 95% of list price. Hopefully higher than that, but that's probably some good numbers you might see when you're running these numbers. And what you're looking for is, did you get better or worse looking year to year, right? Another number to take a look at is, what is your total sales rate? So of the listings that you took, how many did you actually sell? Really good number to understand. Are you selling 70% versus 80% this year? Is it going one way or the other? You're checking these numbers out. You're digging into your metrics. Really important to look at. Now, once you've completed looking at those numbers, I want you to do something else that's really important, but just for 2020 for me. Look at 2020, and then next to every completed sale, I want you to write down the genesis of the sale. The genesis of the sale is, where did that buyer or seller come from? Were they a referral? Were they a sign call? Were they an internet call? Where did that client come from? And this is going to help you to understand what's really driving your success in your business and areas of opportunity. If you see on there, for instance, where I coach some teams, where you see that maybe of your 30 sales, 2 were Zillow leads, and yet 80% of your budget is going to Zillow, that's a red flag to say, hey, wait a second, most of my business is coming from my sphere, yet I'm spending a ton of money over here on Zillow and Realtor.com. Why am I doing that? Why don't I readjust and go to where the clients are coming from, which is my sphere of influence? When you look at these numbers, you're going to really reveal some interesting statistics that's going to help you in your next 6-month section of time, right? The next thing I want you to do, super important with these numbers, is to create a versus analysis. And my versus analysis is this. It's you versus the market or the MLS in your area. So what you're going to have here is, you're going to have a list of numbers on one side, which is you, and then you're going to have a list of numbers on the other side, which is the MLS. This is going to be invaluable for you at client meetings. In fact, your personal success, your personal statistics are your most valuable asset when you're talking to a seller or a buyer, to convince them that you're not just one of the masses, that you're somebody that they should be doing business with, and you actually are one of a kind. You're a category of one because of your performance level. So what are the numbers I'm looking at here in the versus category? I'm going to say, it's going to be some of the things we talked about earlier, but just as a side note, or not as a side note, but as a keynote, right, is going to be your average closed price. So if your average closed price is $360 and versus the market is $300, that's a $60,000 difference, right? That's a great number to show off. Next number we might look at is your average days on market. How long does it take you to sell a house versus the market? What's your average list to sales price? How much are you getting for sellers? If yours is 97.1 and the market's 96%, you can say to a seller, on average, I'm getting my clients 1.1% more than the other realtors in this marketplace. Makes a difference, right? Or maybe it's more significant. Maybe you're getting 99% and the market's doing 98% or 96%. You can lay out those numbers. The other one is your overall sales rate. How many of your listings ended up selling and closing escrow versus the market. Another one which can relate to buyers is, and it could be a separate sheet for just for buyers, is you can show off your average number of multiple offer wins, which is a great stat in this market environment where we have low supply. Is you say, 96% of the time I was able to help my clients get into a win position with multiple offers. Great number to show off, right? If you can find that stat in MLS, it's great. Sometimes you can't find that. This is why it would be a buyer-specific number. Another number you could show off would be the average concessions that you've been able to get from a seller. So if you're able to say, I was able to get on average $8,000 in seller concessions, both in inspections, repairs, closing costs, whatever you've been able to pull together from that seller, you can highlight that. It's another reason why someone might use you as opposed to someone else in your market. By the way, for those of you that are competing on commission rates in your market, and that's kind of maybe a war in your market on what you're charging versus the competition, remember your commission rate should always be determined by your service level, not really by what everybody else is charging. But if you want to be somebody that's in the premium position of being in demand, thus your pricing goes higher, the way you do that is by showing off those personal stats, you versus the market. So there's some ideas there for you to jump in, do your own mid-year review. It should only take you an hour or two, but will be very, very important for you to understand what's happening with your business. By the way, if you're ready to grow your business and you're ready for transformation, jump over, check us out at eRealEstateCoach.com. Check out the Path Performance Coaching Platform. Right now, this month, we're delivering 14 days free for you to hop on this program and really experience what it's like to have a coach on your side every single day. We have 4 steps, 16 weeks of coaching, plus live coaching every single week. So check it out. We'd love to see you over there at eRealEstateCoach.com. Have a great day and good selling.